Welcome to A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host, Monique Robinson, where we highlight, celebrate, and recognize students from all over the country who are doing great things in the classroom, community, and athletics. Every student deserves an opportunity for hope and a future. So let's celebrate our students, the next generation of teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. Join us on another incredible segment of A Better Chance for Youth show with your host, Monique Robinson.
Hello, and hello. My name is Monique Robinson. Well, some people tell me to get it together and call myself my name, Dr. Monique Robinson. And today we have a very, very exciting show today. If you notice, it's almost time to reveal our top 15. Now, earlier this week, you see me reveal the top 30, and some of you all have been sending donations, have been sending words of encouragement. And if you just so happen to see your favorite scholar scroll across the bottom of the screen, you also can share, like, love, but whatever you do, show our scholars some big encouragement, because this has been a very long process. But most important, all of our scholars are truly amazing, and I know they appreciate not only your donations, but they also appreciate your votes. Now, today, I happen to have one of our scholars who is, she's been making the final list each week. And she also is one of the scholars that is always doing something. She kind of reminds me of myself. So you might see her name scroll across the bottom. But a couple of days ago, I had a parent reach out to me thinking that I was doing an event for Spelman because they seen her. So I was like, I'm not doing anything for Spelman. That's a little far, even though plane tickets might not cost that much, but it's not me. So I said, I'm going to reach out to her so she can come on and talk about everything that's been going on as she prepares to go to school. And then also, I want her to give her view on how she feels about the scholarship as well. But she is one of, she reminds me of me, although I'm not judging the scholarship or anything like that. Kind of wish I was, because everybody would get one. So let's welcome. Hey, friend.
Hi, everyone. Hi, how are you?
I can't complain. It's doing nothing but raining here in Texas. How's it in the 305?
Oh, right now it's also very rainy because we're in like our summer season, which I don't know why. You would think it'd be sunny and nice and time to go to the beach, but it really gets rained out quite often. So it's pretty humid. But it's been great. It's been great.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. Well, at least you're not dealing with the hurricane. So
The humidity is great though, because like my hair can play off of it, and it makes it more it's more fluff. So I don't mind. I'm not complaining.
okay, so you can get the twist out, the curly look. Okay, so fine. I love it because I'm natural too, so I love it.
Gotta play with the weather. You gotta work with that.
Well, welcome back. And like I told the audience, this is like, you're not a stranger to our show at all. I even told them that, your name is scrolling across the bottom. I don't know if it came through once or twice, but her name is scrolling across the bottom. So if you want to like, share, comment, give a word of encouragement to any of our finalists, please do. And, you might see your name across here as well. So welcome back. What you been up to?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. I think first it'd be kind of cool. Like as far as the scholarship goes, I remember before I had found the Takesha A. Davis scholarship, I was really looking for something that I feel like would not only provide me with, you know, funds to be able to go to school, but also for something that I would be able to continue to work with even beyond graduation. And that stood for something that I would be able to, you know, like confidently work with and be like, yo, this is the real deal. This is a foundation that really works to help people and connect people and just provide aid to the Black community, especially in times like now, inflation, all that stuff, financially. So when I came across a scholarship, I was more than excited to apply. And then I was even over the moon whenever I found out that I was selected as a finalist. And then now we're top 30. Now we're getting to the top 15 list. People are voting. It's been a really exciting process. So I feel like just even coming on the calls, and even the fact I've been on other calls as well, it's further inspired me to continue, you know, pursuing the things that I have been pursuing. So um, I know. So I guess I heard you on the introduction. I guess a parent was asking about some of the events I was hosting. So I guess I can kind of get into a little bit about that. So I'm Natalia Olden. I am from Spelman College, and I am the founder of Fresh Faces of the AUC, which I guess you could say our origin was back in January. So I got into Spelman Early Action December of 2023. And I immediately knew that I wanted to not only connect with people on campus, but allow for others to feel that same connection. Because I did just finish up, actually finishing up my gap year, which is where I took a full year off of school. So I did graduate for class of 2023. And I feel like that further drove my interest in connecting people on campus. I'm like, yo, feel like I've been away from school for so long. It was only a semester at the time, but I was like, oh my God, I need to get back. Like, how can I help everyone else, you know, feel the same? So going into that January, I started hosting weekly Zoom calls. And I would create, you know, different. We had a Blackronyms Kahoot game where we had like 20 girls on. And we all played, and it just grew from there. I met a lot of friends. A lot of my friends today, my roommate I met on those calls, and there was a lot of girls who were like, Natalia, like I met my roommate on your calls. Like, thank you for creating this. Like, I've never heard of anything like this before. Or they'll say, oh, I was talking to upperclassmen and they didn't do things like this. Like, I wonder, like, what inspired you to do this? And it's just, I just want to connect people. That's always what I wanted to do. So I guess going to January and seeing how it had kind of taken off, I was like, I feel like I can expand this. And especially going into April where we had Spellbound and people were like recognizing me, I was like, oh my God, this is even people that weren't on the calls, like, oh, I've heard of your calls, I've heard of you. I was like, wow, people are really like, this is like becoming like a thing. I thought it was pretty cool. So that was April. And let me get into June, which is where I came up with, I guess, the Fresh Faces of the AUC, where I had taken the idea from just having the Zoom calls where I had girls come on, and I was like, okay, let's start a verified Spelman list where it's no longer just people who are interested in Spelman or once thought that they were going to attend Spelman, because that's also part of my calls. A lot of people in calls. I guess I did kind of a bit of I also kind of encourage a lot of students to end up committing to Spelman because of my calls. A lot of girls are like, oh my gosh, I wasn't sure before. The community you created hasn't made me want to commit to Spelman. I want to go. I wasn't like, it just, a lot of those things kind of happened. So then I was okay, you know what? We're in the commitment phase. It's June. Let's get into only people who are attending. So I created an email list. I now have an email list of over 100 Spelmanites who DM me personally and we're like, I want to be on your Zoom calls. Can you please email me these Zoom calls? So that's like, I kind of use the email so we to like verify if you're going, all that stuff. And then I wanted to take a step farther, and I was like, I want to get the AUC involved in this because on one of my Zoom calls, actually, there was a girl who hopped on. She's in part of the class of 2027 at Spelman, and she was like talking about how there's a kind of being drawn between Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark Atlanta, and I was like, oh, like there's a rift. Why? And she was like, well, like they were excluded from last year's olive branch ceremony. I guess there was like I don't know if there was like a technical issue. Something happened where usually they'd be included, but they weren't last year. And I was like, wow, that sucks. Because I know there's a lot of people at Clark that I haven't met before that would love to meet. There's a chance that, you know, this year something like that could happen and we don't end up having that meeting, the olive branch ceremony. So from there, I actually ended up connecting with someone from the Zoom calls and was like, hey, I have this idea. Will you help me promote this to Morehouse? And then I found someone from Clark and was like, hey, can you help promote this to Clark? I want people to know about this. And I basically created our own personal olive branch ceremony. But not only is Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark Atlanta going to be included every single year, but it's based off a personality assessment, which kind of creates a more ceremonial aspect to the actual ceremony because I'm not sure if everyone knows, but it's a randomized ceremony that Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark hosts, which kind of makes it more exciting because, like, oh, I have no clue who I could get chosen by, but at the same time, it's like people want to create real connections. And I feel like having that personality assessment gives people a lot higher likelihood of doing that. So that's the whole thing with the Fresh Faces of AUC, a bunch of events that we're hosting now with that. And I'm really excited to see where that goes. I'm excited.
Well, I am extremely proud of you. And like I've told every last one of the finalists and participants, I am here to help. Whether you win or lose, I'm still going to help you get to whatever you want to do. I mean, prime example, the parent reached out to me. I was like, well, let me call and see what she's talking about. Okay, let's see. Because, hey, people get overprotective, especially this day and age with exchanging money and events. And there's a lot of first gen scholars and some of their parents.
A lot of first gen scholars, yeah.
So I was like, well, you're not doing nothing tomorrow. Come through the show. So that's why she's here today. And I just love her spirit. She reminds me of me. Like people always tell me, sit down. No, I don't want to sit down. I got work to do. So I love that.
I appreciate it. No, that's really me. That's me. I'm working on
love that whole aspect about you. Now you said something earlier, but we definitely got to take a commercial. I mean, we gotta, sometimes we just have to. But after this commercial break, I am going to remember what I asked. Well, let me ask you before, so that way you can at least think about it. Because what you said, or what I heard you say, is that you started out as just a Spelman, and then from our Zoom call from the scholarship, and I was like, huh? So you got to talk to me about that right after.
Okay.
It's time to book your homecoming or classic weekend hotel room today through hbcuhotels.com and help support HBCU students. Our rates are unbeatable for hotels such as the Sheraton, the Residence Inn, La Quinta Inn and Suites, Best Western, the Courtyard Marriott, Holiday Inn, and the Westin Hotel. Plus, when you book through us, a portion of the revenue will go toward scholarships for HBCU-bound scholars. Book your hotel and help a student reach their chosen HBCU destination. hbcuhotels.com is not affiliated with, officially connected to, or endorsed by the institutions of higher education identified in the event listings or any of their subsidiaries or affiliates.
Welcome back. Yeah, we had a short one. We got a couple other ones coming up because we got to make sure people know what's going on. And homecoming will be here before you know it. So get those rooms booked. And the portions go back to support scholars like Natalia. So now back to this question, because I was like, wait a minute. So at first, when you started initially, it was just strictly for Spelman only?
Just Spelman. Just Spelman. And it was just Spelman for about 5 months. So a pretty decent amount of time. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And now
and that's where I created like all the connections and stuff. Yeah.
Wow. So now you have the entire op?
Yes. I have Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark, which isn't all the AUC, but it's most of the AUC. we're getting there. We're getting all the other schools, Morris Brown, all that stuff. We're expanding.
Okay. So if you at a school she didn't name, I need you to reach out to Natalia because
really reach out to me. I'm being serious.
Really important that you form those bonds. I was laughing because I, been out of school forever. It seemed like, didn't seem like it, but been out of school since 2000, which is kind of a long time. And we still talk as if we are like sitting in the dorm room sometimes when I call some of my, college sisters or my choir sisters and brothers. We talk as if time never moved on. So I'm truly proud of you for what you're doing and taking a stand. Now, you mentioned something about the ceremony not including everybody. So is it going to include everybody once you spoke up, or how is that going to work?
So the ceremony does include everyone who has applied. And I actually wanted to make sure it was uber inclusive. So that's why the ceremony will be held via Zoom, because I was like people in different areas, all that stuff. And I wanted just to make sure that none of that played a role in everyone's ability to connect. So that will be hosted on the 9th. And that kind of encompasses, so right now we have 3 different lists going out. We have a Spelman Google form going out, Morehouse Google form, and then a Clark Atlanta Google form. Each of those are all being promoted on my pages and a lot of other students' pages. Right now we have over 350 students who have submitted applications for the pairing. And that's kind of, all those people are being notified consistently of all the things that are happening, all that stuff. So that's how we make sure everyone is there on the 9th. But yeah, we have that. We have some guest speakers on. We have a lot going on with that meeting. We have some RSVPs going now. So we have almost 100 people RSVP for that meeting. And I released that yesterday. So it's been going pretty good. It's
you haven't even stepped foot on campus and you are already working in the space. I love it. I am so proud of you for
thank you.
So do
I'm
you see
excited. Like
SGA in your future, or I mean, because that's
Oh, that's a great question. I have already been looking into, projects like that, and that is something I'm definitely interested in. But I will say I really, really want to continue to pursue Fresh Faces of the AUC. So that's actually something I reached out to you about. Recently we were talking, and we're going to expand. So like the whole entire concept of the Fresh Faces of the AUC is that we are a pre-enrollment organization. So I work with you all the way from when you are admitted to said university all the way up until you end up stepping foot on campus. That's where I am. So that's where I know we're talking, so it's kind of like an HBCU Business Connect that I'm about to launch, and the name is still pending because this is early stages, but it will be launched very soon. So when we have all that stuff together, that will be part of the launch, of course. But it's basically, we're still going to utilize the personality assessment range, but it's kind of with the twist. So I want to make sure students, like other Spelmanites, know that they're able to be leaders starting from freshman year. They don't have to necessarily tread up the hierarchy of schooling and going from intern to this to that, and then eventually becoming president, hopefully by their 4th year. You know what I mean? There's so many Spelmanites that have done so much in high school, and I want them to be able to leverage those skills. But they just need a platform, and they need the other people on their team. So that's what the personality assessment does. We connect students nationally across different HBCUs, and we connect with other students from other HBCUs, and we basically build out your team. From there, you guys decide on the hierarchy, and you'll submit proposals by a set deadline in which we will review based off of what our prompt is, whatever business we want you to build. We'll review your applications, and then from there decide on funding, stuff like that. So I'll get investors in order to your company and believing your vision, your dream. That's what I do. I connect.
Love it. Well, hey, any way that I can help. I mean, and I don't know if you all understand. I've met some of the most amazing scholars through this scholarship program, and I'm kind of sad because we have to keep cutting until we get to the Final Four, but they know I don't care if you didn't make it past the first cut. If you need me and you need me to help you, I got you. And so seems like the only person to take advantage of that is Natalia, but we're not gonna put her on.
The second you said I'm here to help, I'm like, I am all for, like, anytime I can get any kind of resources. I love the guidance because, like Dr. Robinson said, she's kind of been through things like this. This is what she was doing, throughout college. She's always innovating, always changing. So I was like, I need to, create those circles of people around me who can, help guide me to my vision, who have the experience, who can get me there. So
definitely. So if you are a Spelmanite, if you graduated from the OC, if you have any resources that you could possibly help Natalia with, like, this is a lot. I think this is an amazing idea. One, I know I knew several people when I got on campus, but I was a legacy, so it's kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
My parents graduated from this school, and I just knew people that was there anyway. But from a person that has not been to school at all, this is an amazing opportunity to get to meet or get a name or somebody that's experiencing the same things that you are. Are you nervous yet about going to school? Or are you still like, I'm ready to go?
I'm ready to go. But I think a large reason of why is because of the Fresh Faces of the AUC, because I've been able to connect. I've already made so many friends, and I've created so many mentors because of this organization that I'm like, I'm really ready to go to school. And there's so many other students that don't have to be afraid and don't have to feel like, oh, because I'm from Florida or I'm from this state or I'm across the country or across the world. I've been connecting with girls who actually recently had a Zoom call that was called time zone friendly, because there are girls from Europe and girls
Wow.
from Nigeria who were on my call recently, and they were like, we want to be able to join, but it's 1 a.m. when your call starts for us. So I had an earlier call in order to make sure that people like that could be able to, join in. It's all just about connecting people, and I love the fact that the Fresh Face VC is gone international. So I'm like, that's anything I can do to help is what I will do to help connect people.
Oh wow. Well, I totally mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you need me, and trust me, Natalia will take advantage of it. You know my telephone number, email, all my social platforms, and I will respond. I mean, I just do, because I've been in you all's shoes, and this is about to be the most amazing times of your life on the campus of NHBCU. I'm kind of envious a little bit, because I mean, you're like around a whole bunch of them. I just had Central State to argue with, but you have, everything in your backyard.
Yeah, so I love this entire school model. When I tell my friends from Florida that I'm going to an HBCU, they're like, oh, that's great. But then they think it's even cooler that I'm connected to multiple other universities. Like, I'm like, I have a sister school and a brother school, and then I have a cousin school, and then like, wait, what's this? This is a lot of family members. I'm like, I know. It's different, but it's cool, and I like how traditional it is. Because it gives you like a sense of pride when you're on campus that there's so many other generations before you that like lived through the same kind
Yes.
of experience.
And have you reached out to any Spelman alum? Because they're really helpful. I know a couple of them that are recent grads. They're really helpful.
Actually, my my mentor, she graduated from Spelman College and then Harvard Law. So she's been a mentor for about 2.5 years. So even going through like high school, college applications, all that stuff, she has been there. She is amazing. And she's also connected me with other men who actually went to Morehouse and Harvard, because that's actually her Morehouse brother also went to Harvard. So I definitely have been creating my, my connections and finding my mentors throughout this entire process. It's been a few years in the making.
Well, that's amazing. Like, what do your parents say? Like, I would be like, oh my gosh, she's just taking it and running with it. Like, she hasn't even put her feet. What do your parents say about
So my dad actually has been a huge, like my parents, both of them, but my dad specifically, like I'm a lot like my dad in a lot of ways, because he started a lot of organizations in college, and he threw like a lot of like really big on campus events. And even to this day, there'll be people that recognize him, like, oh my gosh, you're that guy. And he's like, yeah, like it's so cool. Like, oh, you did that. So a lot of what I've done has been, because of him. I will say a lot of what he did was after he got on campus. But of course, back then it was a lot different, where we didn't have social media and the ability to connect so early on, where it's like, well, how like back in like in the early 2000s, late 1990s, would you have been able to connect with someone so early? Like I have been able to.
through the mail?
Utilizing my resources in that role, because I'm like, I don't want to have to wait. Like I want to do it now. Like I'm ready now.
Mm-hmm. And I think that actually works better. Some campuses will send you out or give you information. I know Wilberforce did, of who your roommate was, and I would send letters because I was just that type of person. And my mom and dad were very involved in my collegiate transition. So my freshman year roommate, I remember sending letters and calling and getting to know, and it does help. So I mean, hey, you'll see a better get to know you spot, I guess you would say, or better awareness. And I think that creates a better bond, because you're not just showing up on campus and, okay, you're my roommate, but I know nothing about you type of thing.
Yeah. It was even so much that my friends and I even have like similar like dorms. We all chose like we're gonna be all near each other, which is really cool. This is just connected a lot of people. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I love it.
But
I'm extremely happy for you. So I
thank
will.
you. The project, I guess you could say initially it was like, all virtual, and then we had I had the idea to, make it to where people can meet. So we have the August 9th event where we have the Zoom call, we're gonna have people on, all that stuff. That's where
Okay.
people already getting RSVPing for that. And then we have the dinner, which is on the August 13th, which is the night before NSO. Which I guess you could call it like a VIP dinner. The space is really limited, but we wanted to create an environment where it's like, not only have we all been connecting for some of us since January, and then a lot of them didn't come along until the summer, but it didn't matter when you started, you have the ability to come onto our Zoom and then end up meeting the fresh faces of the AUC at our dinner event,
Love it.
where that's all going to be included on the flyers, all that stuff. So if you guys want to see any of that, and you guys want to come out, you have any students you know of that would be interested in something like this, feel free to reach out to Dr. Robinson. I'm sure she'll have all the flyers, all that stuff on the form. Or you can reach out to me as well. We're working on the Fresh Faces of the AUC Instagram, but you can DM me on my Instagram at Natalia Lynn. So my first name, the way it's spelled there, and then LYNN on Instagram. You can find me if you have any questions and all that good stuff.
Oh, I love it. So you heard all the ways that you can reach out to Natalia. Please, please, please. I want her events and all of the things that she do to be successful, because she's putting in a lot of work. So and don't let her work go in vain. And again, don't forget to vote. You got to the 28th to vote.
Yes. Please vote. Please vote for Natalia Olden. I'm going to Spelman. You'll see me on the form. I was just about to say that too. I was like, we have to talk about the vote. That's important. Like my name keeps coming up at the bottom. I wanted to point out. I was here a few seconds ago, but yeah, I'm like, guys, don't forget. It's very important. It closes like in 2 weeks, so we don't have that much time.
Yeah, the 28th is it. I don't have any pull on who wins, but hey, at least you can control who you vote for.
But can't control who you vote for.
But most importantly, please support Natalia. She will make sure I get the flyers, and I will definitely put it on all our platforms, because this is big, Now you might see me up there. I'm gonna say when, but you might see me in the AUC. I'm gonna look you up when I get there.
No, that sounds so exciting. I'm excited. I wish I could meet all the judges too. Like everyone. I was like, it's been great meeting everyone. I'm like, guys, please come to the AUC. But yeah.
Well, yes, and thank you again. I know this was kind of like, yesterday, because I had a parent reach out. I was like, wait a minute, she's gonna have to get on and talk about this herself. And you probably will be seeing more of Natalia as she is doing things for Spelman. I am doing some things. I hope she applies for the internship that we will be offering college kids to be part of our operating board for a better chance. But I have to wait till the scholarship is completely over, because just don't want anybody to say that she has special treatment, or it's just she take advantage of opportunities. I can't be mad at her for that. So I said, reach out if you got a project, and she did not play. So
I was like, me. I
mean, exactly. No problem.
I appreciate you for inviting me on. I appreciate you for providing me with your amazing platform, and the alumni network has been amazing. I've been seeing everyone's comments, and you've been so graciously posting everything on all the platforms. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I wonder who said this. Like I want to meet everyone. Like this is so cool. Just connecting with people you wouldn't have otherwise met, and it's an amazing. I love the entire connection. I love the platform. I love the vision. I love the
Thank you.
The outlook that you have for the organization that you've created. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. That was nice to hear. I mean, because we don't always hear things from our scholars. Like the first year scholar, I don't know where that scholar is. Last year's scholar, those two do keep in contact. Actually, I can name all of them, the ones, but rarely do they give you their progress. And that's really important as you get scholarships from people and as you make connections. Don't ever forget to tell a person thank you, because you never know who they may be able to connect you with. And I'm just saying that, you know, I know that might be like, where did that come from, Dr. Rob? I'm just saying, because I have a scholar, and she probably is watching. She, you know, rarely comments, but she has sent me a letter every month, her whole freshman year. And
Really?
yes, her name is
That's
Mia.
amazing.
She's from Cleveland, Ohio, and she won second place last year. Like, she didn't win overall, but she placed, and she got, you know, some scholarship money from the organization. And we also send her cards, and sometimes I write her back. But she always tell us thank you, you know. And sometimes people get wrapped up in how much and not the actual service. So it's like, it's
You're
kind
like,
of
that
like,
was not important. Focus on the vision. Focus on the vision.
she goes to North Carolina A&T, and she didn't get a scholarship going, but now she has made such a way, like you are doing at Spelman. She made such a way that, you know, she's been honor student all years, all the whole year she's been there this year. She had an amazing intern, and it's like, you know what? And she has took that time, that little bit of time, to write a 5-minute note to let us know her success. And so that's probably why I'd be excited when Natalia be like, hey, I need your help. Don't be too prideful, because I drop everything to help my scholars. I do. Like, what do you need? What do you need to do? You need some airtime? Okay, what we got to do? Send me the flyer. I'll get it out. You know, we're here to help. And don't ever be, you know, don't ever be too proud to say thank you, but also don't be too proud to ask for help. And so I will back anything that you need help with as far as your vision. Now, you got to write a proposal, though, because I'm going to hold you accountable.
The proposal is important. Very important.
You got to write a proposal, and you it's strictly yours. And she's not the only one. She's just the only one that I have been able to reach back out to since the interviews have finally, I think they all have been shared on all platforms. So everybody, if you want to catch their interviews, you can go on YouTube, look it up. They're broken up by days. I probably should put the names on the days, but I didn't. So if you want to go back and look at that, you can. I will be talking about on the show earlier this week. I will be talking about the 30 finalists and how you can go vote, because I had somebody reach out and say, what are they talking about voting, and how come I don't see my comment? So sorry. But thank you, Natalia, for coming by today. I'm so appreciative of all that you're doing and all the connections that you're making, and continue to have that warm, bubbly spirit. So, you know, Mia kind of set the bar high by sending me letters and let me know her success. You're like, oh God, that means I got to do it too now. But it is important because, you know, people, we track all our scholars. We track how they're doing in school. We send care packages when needed, sometimes when they're not needed. So just stay connected with us. We got you.
No, it's amazing. I appreciate you so much for inviting me on. I appreciate everyone who's also made nice comments about me or voted for me. And I hope that everyone's able to, you know, come out to any of the events that I'm hosting. If you see them, just tell, and, you know, any first year students that are going to, you know, Spelman, Morehouse, or Clark Atlanta about them. That would be amazing. That would be the best outside of outside of voting for me on the scholarship. That would be the best gift you could give to me. Getting the word out, and anyone who's interested in, you know, becoming a part of our investment board for the HBCU Business Connect, name is still pending. Please feel free to reach out to Dr. Robinson. That would be amazing. I appreciate you guys.
Awesome. So, one more time, Natalia, tell people how to get in touch with you if they do not know how, because I know that question is going to come up in the chat. It's going to come up. That's just how things are sometimes. But how do we get in touch with you, and what are the dates of the meetup events that you're hosting?
Okay, so you can get in touch with me at Natalia Lynn on Instagram. And you could also email me at nataliaolden@spelman.edu. My first and last name's on there, and then my at spelman.edu email. We are hosting our event with the matchmaking on August 9th. And you can find all that on the flyer as well. And then we're going to be hosting our AUC Fresh Faces of the AUC dinner on August 13th at 7 p.m. So we have a lot going on. All the details, there's a lot of details. They have like FAQ section, all that stuff. So you'll see a lot of the frequently asked questions we have on there. And then, of course, reach out if you have any interest in being a part of any of my projects. Reach out to me or Dr. Robinson, of course.
Awesome. So it has been amazing having you on today. And like she said, get out there and vote. We can only take 15, but it's like 75 cents a vote. I think that's how it's broke down. But, you never know. Right now, she is in the top 15. I can't say that, but want to keep her there, you got to vote for her. So it has been real. And we, who knows what we have on here next time. But thank you, Natalia, for giving us your time and day, in the 305. I kind of wish I was there because I like some of the food in Florida. I know I'm a foodie.
It was pretty good. Yeah. It was such good food down here. We got tostones and I love so many different desserts that we have down here too, like tres leches. And then I'm not Hispanic, but I just have a lot of Hispanic friends, so I learn about all the dishes. But I'm definitely a black beans and rice kind of girl. What kind of food do you like to eat from down here?
When I used to live in Boca Raton, I used to always go to, it was down there by like the Hollywood Casino, I think. It was like some type of restaurant there. And then I had the swap shop. I think I would go there and get like plantains and different type of Jamaican food. It was really good.
Yeah,
it was like bunny cheese.
Haitian food, I love it.
See, I'm so ready to get off topic real fast, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, thank you again. And I will.
Of course, thank you for having me on.
You need me, you know how to call me and email me.
I got you.
All right.
Alrighty. Have a nice rest of your evening.
You too.
HBCU Shine in Dubai. HBCU Shine in Dubai. Join the HBCU Alumni Takeover 2025 for 9 luxurious nights with flights included. Experience Dubai's finest with a lavish welcome reception, city takeovers, desert excursions, and yacht adventures. Secure your spot for only $250. Don't miss out. Join the takeover now. Visit our website for more information.
Celebrate the excellence of HBCUs with the HBCU Trivia Game. This board game provides an exciting and educational way to learn about notable alumni, historical events, sports news, and more. This trivia game is sure to be a hit and perfect for college-bound youth, alumni, and the entire family. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support, educate, and entertain Get the HBCU Trivia Game today. Go to hbcutriviagame.net to order.
For inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ. Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Tune in to A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network, a television show dedicated to highlighting incredible students on their quest to change the world. Join us every week as we uplift the youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. Catch A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network. Thanks for watching A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host, Monique Robinson. The television show where we highlight incredible students in their quest to change the world. Join us each and every week as we uplift our youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. So until next time, God bless. From your friends on A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host, Monique Robinson.